Hi there, welcome back to Pretty Much Flawless. Today in this video we are going to be working on a Tevo Tarantula 3D printer once again. It turns out one of the connectors melted. Uh-oh. Let's get into it. Alright, so once again, a problem with the Tevo Tarantula 3D printer. So this time it's in the circuit board itself, or what I think it is. So what happened was, we were printing away, and then there was this weird smell, like melting plastic. So everything on the bed looked fine, so I went over and looked inside the box here, and we'll adjust the camera angle in a moment, but it is one of the connectors, the connector for the heating element from the bed was melting. So we'll take a look at that. Alright, so you can see this connector has melted. So it's either because of current draw or like bad connection, and that caused too much heat. I've had something similar happen with the power connectors from the power supply, and what happened was the same thing, it melted. And yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this board off, and then we're going to replace the connector, and we'll also see if there's any more damage done to the circuit board. Alright, to remember to plug each of these motors back into the right connector, what we're going to do is we're going to take a Sharpie and we're going to mark some. So the first one will be 0. The second one will mark both on the female and male side of the connector. We'll mark that as 1. And the next 2 and the next 3 marks just so we have all of them, so we can plug them back in on the right spot. There we go. So we should be able to plug them back in the proper spot. So we'll do this for the rest of the connectors, and then we'll unplug them all and take the board out. Alright, so here is our melted connector here. So we'll see if we can unscrew this. So, I doubt we can. Oh, but maybe. Let's see. Yeah, that's a bit rough. Okay, well, we got unscrewed. That's good. Now we'll unscrew the other side. Yeah, that's probably going to be stuck. Oh, there we go. We got it out. That looks thoroughly melted in there. So, yeah, that connector is pretty rough. Alright, well, we'll take the board out and then we'll bring it downstairs. So it looks like it's just these 4 hex screws in here. So we'll take those out and we'll bring it downstairs. Alright, so we got all these screws out. This thing just pops off like that. Perfect. So now we'll take this board down to the lab and see if we can fix this connector. Oh, that really melted on this side. Alright, we'll now replace this connector here. Alright, now we flipped our board over, we'll begin to work desoldering. So, have you ever heard the expression, sometimes you gotta add solder to desolder? That's sometimes this application here. So here we are, we got nice and runny. That looks pretty good. We'll do that again. That's pretty good. Same thing for the other side. Alright, that looks pretty good. So we'll see if this wants to come. Looks like there still is a little bit of solder on the positive terminal, so we'll just warm that up. Just similar to what we're doing with capacitors. So we'll push this one way, and then what we'll do is once we'll let go of the soldering iron, and then we will apply heat to the other side, and then push this the other way. Eventually, wiggling back and forward until we can pull the pins out here. There we go. Getting closer to the end there. There we go. There we go. That's right out. Good. So now we will wick these pads here. Alright, so still a little bit of solder in those holes there. What we'll do now is we'll put the new connector in. So, yeah, we just want to make sure we have the spot where the leads come in facing the right way. So we'll push it on there, and because I didn't really clear these holes out all that well, what we'll do is we'll get them lined up on this side and apply a little bit of heat on this side. There we go. That connector's on there, good. So now we'll add some more solder to this side. There we go. That looks pretty good. So now we'll clean this up with some alcohol, and we'll be good to reinstall it and see if it melts right again or what. So there we go. That looks pretty good. So looks like I spilled a little bit of alcohol over here. I was brushing that. Well, that's alright, that will evaporate away. So, now, let's go put this board back in and see if it'll melt right away. So, alright, now we will reinstall our board here. And plug all the cables back in. So, alright, so now I'll cut these wires back a little bit more, and then we'll restrip them. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll put them in the connector. So, unfortunately, I didn't notice this, but you can see this connector here actually covers up our marks on the, you can see over here on the edge of the circuit board it has positive and negative. Right over here on this connector up there it says it marks positive and negative. This bigger connector I put in didn't have the positive and negative. Fortunately, I was able to go back on the video footage I took and take a look. So making a YouTube video is sometimes worth it, especially something like this where you should have the positive connected to positive, otherwise that could have dire consequences. So now we'll hook them up. So the positive goes on the bottom, negative on the top. So alright, so I got everything back into the box here. So let's fire up the 3D printer and see if it melts again or something bad happens. So here we go. Alright, so it's heating up and no apparent problems yet. Everything's looking good in there. Good. So yeah, we'll let it warm up some more and then we'll try printing something and see if it's still good. Alright, so we should be all good. Everything looks good, so we'll try printing a part. So here we go. Alright, so far so good. That's looking good. Everything smells normal, which is good. It's good. Everything's up to temperature, so very good. So we'll let this print for a bit, and then we'll come back and check it. Alright, so we're about 6 minutes into the print here, and yeah, still looking pretty good. That's printing very well. Everything smells good, nothing looks like it's on fire, so yeah, we're good to go. We'll let print some more and check it again. Alright, so we're about 21 minutes into the print here, and looking good. Nothing looks too hot. Smells good, so we should be good. Doesn't sound like anything's going terribly wrong and we're having a meltdown, so smells good, sounds good, and yeah, we'll check in again soon, but this is going pretty well. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the temperature of this connector, see if it gets warm or something. So here we are. And you see that there? 26 degrees. So that's about room temperature here. Yeah, room temperature is about 25 degrees. So we should be good. Alright, so about 28 minutes into the print, and things are looking very good. Smells good. We'll check the temperature of the connector again. Here. And this is 27 degrees here. There. 27 degrees Celsius. It's about 1 degree warmer than when we measured it 7 minutes ago. So, not too alarmed yet. Other than that, everything is looking good. Yeah. So, that's good. Thanks for watching this video today. Hope you learned something. If you did, please subscribe. That'd really help my channel. Sorry for not putting up much content lately. Been a little bit busy, but we'll get video production back on schedule. And I'll see you next time.